Jordan had always been the one who did not worry about money. Not because Jordan had more of it. Finn knew that was not true. But because Jordan had a particular talent for making financial chaos feel like a lifestyle choice rather than a problem. Every overspent month was a good story. Every unpaid bill was something to sort out later. Jordan moved through financial reality with a lightness that Finn had sometimes envied, and sometimes found quietly exhausting. So when Jordan sat down across from him on a Saturday afternoon and said, "I need to talk to you about something," in a voice Finn had genuinely never heard before, Finn put his coffee down and paid attention. It had been a few weeks since the car broke down. Finn's emergency fund was small but real. His debt repayment was back on track despite the he had read his payslip properly for the first time and understood it. Things were not fixed, but they were moving. He had not spoken to Jordan in depth about any of it since the roadside phone call when Jordan had accidentally given him the best advice he had heard in months. They had arranged to meet on Saturday. Finn had assumed it would be the usual coffee conversation, Jordan recounting some expensive evening he could not really afford and somehow found amusing. The rhythm they had always had. Instead, Jordan arrived looking different, quieter. He sat down without the usual performance of arrival and got straight to it. He had received a letter, he said, from a collections agency. An old debt, something Jordan had genuinely forgotten about or perhaps chosen to forget about, had been sold to a collections company. The amount was not enormous, but the letter was formal and serious and had arrived at his parents' address, which meant his mother had called him, which meant the comfortable distance Jordan had maintained between himself and his financial reality had suddenly and completely collapsed. Jordan was not laughing about it. For possibly the first time in the years Finn had known him, Jordan was asking for help. Not for money. For understanding. "How do you deal with this stuff?" Jordan asked. "You seem like you have actually started figuring it out." Finn looked at his friend for a moment. He thought about the $2,387 on his credit card. The budget that had failed in 4 days. The $11 in his account when the car broke down. "I really haven't," he said. "But I can tell you what I've learned." Finn told Jordan about the tracking. The moment he had scrolled through his transactions and seen for the first time where the money actually. The 17 food deliveries. The subscriptions. The coffee that did not feel like spending but added up like it did. Jordan listened in a way he rarely listened, without interrupting, without deflecting into a joke. Then Finn explained what a collections agency letter actually meant. Because Jordan, despite receiving one, did not fully understand the implications. When a debt goes unpaid for an extended period, the original creditor, the company owed the money, will often sell that debt to a third-party collections agency. The agency buys the debt at a reduced price and then attempts to recover the full amount from the person who owes it. The original creditor has written off the debt and moved on. The collections agency now owns it and has both the right and the financial incentive to pursue repayment. This matters for several reasons beyond the immediate pressure of the letter. The first is the impact on credit history. A debt reaching collections is typically recorded on a person's credit file. This record does not disappear quickly. It sits there for a significant period. The exact duration varies by country and by credit bureau, and it affects the ability to access credit in the future. Mortgages, car financing, even some rental applications. The collections record becomes part of the financial story a lender reads before deciding whether to trust you with their money. Jordan had not known this. He had assumed the debt was an inconvenience. He was beginning to understand it was a consequence with a longer reach than he had considered. The second thing Finn explained, and this surprised Jordan, was that collections debts are often negotiable. Collections agencies purchase debts at a discount. This means there is sometimes room to negotiate a settlement figure lower than the original balance owed. This is not guaranteed, and It requires careful handling, including getting any agreed settlement in writing before making any payment, but it is a reality of how the collections process often works. Jordan had assumed the only option was to pay the full amount immediately, or ignore the letter further. Neither of those was necessarily the complete picture. The third thing Finn said was the one that landed most heavily. The worst thing you can do, Finn told him, is what you've been doing with it, which is not opening the letter properly and hoping it sorts itself out. Jordan looked at the table. I know, he said quietly. This was the version of Jordan that Finn rarely saw. Without the performance. Without the lightness that made financial chaos seem manageable. This was Jordan facing something real and not knowing what to do with it. Finn understood the feeling in a way he would not have 6 weeks earlier. He told Jordan to read the letter carefully. To write down the exact amount, the agency name, the reference number. To contact the agency in writing rather. Then by phone so everything was documented. To ask for confirmation of the debt in writing before agreeing to anything. And to look into what options existed, payment plan, negotiated settlement, timeline, before making any decisions. He also told Jordan to consider speaking to a free financial advice service. Organizations that exist specifically to help people navigate debt situations. Without charge. There was no shame in that. In fact, it was the smartest possible use of available resources. Jordan nodded slowly. They sat there for a while after that. The conversation had changed something between them. Not dramatically, but the comfortable fiction that money was something neither of them needed to take seriously had quietly left the table. On the walk home, Finn thought about something. 6 weeks ago he could not have had that conversation. He would not have known enough. He would not have been paying enough attention. He would have been as lost as Jordan, just better at pretending otherwise. Something was changing. Slowly. Imperfectly. But it was changing. Today's episode was a little different. Because sometimes the most important financial lessons do not come from what happens to us. They come from watching what happens to the people around us. Here is what I want you to take from Jordan's situation. The first lesson, ignored debt does not disappear, it escalates. Unpaid balance becomes a collections account. A collections account becomes a mark on your credit file. A mark on your credit file affects decisions made about you for years. The progression is quiet until it is not. Jordan's letter arriving at his parents' address was the moment the quiet ended. The second lesson, if you receive a collections letter, do not ignore it. And do not panic. Read it carefully. Verify the debt is legitimate and the amount is correct. Respond in writing so everything is documented. Understand your options before agreeing to anything. Free debt advice. Services exist specifically for this situation. Use them. The third lesson is the one that connects Jordan's story to Finn's. And perhaps to yours. Financial avoidance is not a personality type. Is not something some people do and others do not. It is a response to discomfort that almost everyone shares. Jordan is not careless. Jordan is human. The difference between where Finn was 6 weeks ago and where he is now is not intelligence or character. It is the decision, once and then again, to keep looking even when looking is uncomfortable. That decision is available to anyone, including Jordan. Starting today. The content in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial professional before making any financial decisions. Jordan went home that evening and read the letter. All of it. For the first time. Finn went home and opened his budget. His credit card balance was still $2,387. His emergency fund was still small. His timeline was still long. But something felt different. He was not just managing his own finances anymore. He was beginning to understand them. And understanding, it turned out, was something worth sharing. Episode 8 is coming. And Finn's debt is about to start moving.